Hello, welcome. My name is Brandon Rebbe. I'm the head of ecosystem solutions here at 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, and I'm joined by.
I'm Greg Baribault. I'm the Vice President of Product for the 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 product portfolio.
Awesome. We want to thank all of you for joining our session today. We're short, so we're going to just kick this off, and we're going to kind of go back and forth. I'm going to ask Greg some questions, and we'll just have a conversation today. So Greg, we always most customers are asking us, even after 2 years of a transition, how are things going? Like, how are things going with the HP merger? I feel like it shows kind of for me in the number of products that we're bringing to market, along with some of the new innovations we have. Example of that would be like the new Poly Studio G9+ for MTR and Windows. There was innovations in that product that came from the HP side of the house, and then also came from the Poly side of the house. With multiple panels being put in there. And then we've also been expanding our Android portfolio, bringing in new Generation 2 room solutions like G62, X72, and then newly announced X32. So, for you, like, kind of what's that next?
That's a big question. What the examples you gave of the portfolio expansion, and specifically where we found these affinities with what HP could provide and combine that with the depth and the skill set with Poly, I think are really good examples. But I think to start, maybe the most interesting thing is to step back and look at where our purpose, like the reason why we're all here doing this, was so aligned between Poly and HP and with Microsoft as well. Within the product group, we have a mission statement, and our mission is to enrich the remote and in-person experience with these experiences that foster, and my three favorite words are authentic human connections, and building trust to improve productivity, to make people feel more included and more collaborative in these meetings. And if you look at what Poly brought together with HP, you list some really, really good examples. And it goes from, hearing crystal clear audio, hearing that authentic voice, and not just knowing the words that were said, but kind of hearing the unspoken part of it, the tone that people have. Or when you're in a conference room, to see faces very clearly, pick up on the body language cues, and not just have that one giant camera that views the whole meeting room. Well, Poly had a pretty robust portfolio already, and over the last year, like you mentioned, we launched a wide variety of product that really, to me, fulfill the portfolio. These are small, medium, large, space support on both Android and Windows, and all supporting native Teams rooms. That really gives us an opportunity to delight customers with HP Poly product in every single meeting space. We've been working on AI since before it was fashionable.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
that use of AI and true machine learning to remove all the background noise and let voices come through clearly, and enrich the in-room experience, not just for the end user. It's really easy and fun to talk about, zooming in on faces and capturing everybody that's in the room. But AI goes actually much further for us. And we think about, how does the IT pro have, drop equipment in the room and know that it's just going to work. And I'm going to give one quick example. We recently announced Poly Perimeter, part of our Director AI capabilities, that let the camera understand where things like glass walls in the room are. And people that might be sitting or walking outside that glass wall are not picked up in the room. That's based on AI, and the real target is the IT pro, because it makes deployment and maintenance and servicing that room automatic. You don't even have to send people to the room to fix issues. So, we think holistically, as HP has always done, about the end user experience, the management experience, the buyer, the IT pro, and we've combined that all within the Poly portfolio.
Yeah, and it's funny, I'm acting like the interviewer today, but I've been managing the Microsoft relationship for HP Poly for 2 years. And when we were just Poly, we really had a strong hold in the Android space. And we always had customers asking, like, you have all these cool features in Android, how can we get these to Windows? So with the new V series coupled with the new G9+, like, you can do poly perimeter on a V52 in an MTR Windows room, just as you could in an MTR Android room on an X52. And I think it's important because that AI that we talk about and that technology, it encompasses the entire portfolio. It's not just this section of products can do this. It's all of our video products have these abilities now, and the customer can choose what's best for them. And the age-old debate of like, what's better, Android or Windows? I don't think one's better than the other one. I think it's what's best for your space. Yeah, exactly, right? And that's kind of our thought process is why not just have both? If we have both product lines having the same features, you can now have both and have the same kind of features from HP Poly. I think it's huge.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the other things I'm starting to see. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just gonna add, like for the user, the beauty is I can walk into any room and they all work the same way. They can be integrated in completely different ways. They can have different cameras and different scale, but it's predictable. And when I'm nervous about my meeting, I don't have to worry about the technology. Gets out of the way. Very seamless to use. Yeah.
And meeting angst is a thing. That's a real thing. Like you're the person presenting in the room and you come in and you're hoping that when you press the button, the call will start and it will act the same way it did the last time you were there. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times the conversations around AI and doing new things in rooms makes that angst even more for some of the presenters and people coming in. And it's like, is it going to be different today? Consistency is killer across all of those, right? Small, medium, large, Windows, Android, whatever it is you're doing.
Sure.
One of the other things I'm noticing a lot now too is the studio branding, like Poly Studio branding. I have one of the new HP EliteBook AI PCs, and whenever I open it up, it says Studio right on it. Do you see that coming to more products on the HP side of the house coming to market?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The expertise that Poly brought into HP with this rich history of audio and video, we want to make that integrated and like deliver on that quality bar and the experience bar across a wide variety of HP products. So by showing Poly Studio on the device itself, right on the laptop, that it's going to meet that Poly quality bar for audio, for video, what you hear, how people hear you, how people see you. And the combined work with Polycam Pro means that terrific integrated camera that you have can now participate in a set of new AI capabilities on that device. So we can do things like a great background removal or a lower thirds titling or seamless switching, which is super painful without this technology. Seamless switching of one camera to another, maybe just as you want to switch within your own space or as you move your notebook from one environment to another. So it really makes that seamless and pain-free. And yeah, much more to come in that space, but I think you'll see a lot more Poly Studio enhancements coming to the entire HP lineup.
Yeah, and that lower third thing, right? Back in the day, that was a big deal. Like I had a piece of hardware on my desk that I'd run my camera into and I'd make my lower third and it would pop out and people thought that was, total magic. And now you can just go into the software on the laptop and say, this is my name, this is my title, and it pops up on your meetings. It's still total magic, but it's Poly Studio magic, I think, at this point. You can brand the magic.
That's great.
One of the other questions we're getting a lot is if we look into the future, and really not that far into the future, right? Let's say 2025. HP's already announced our center of table camera, and we have more products coming that we can't really talk about in this forum. But what does the future of Poly products and that approach look like?
Well, I mean, the approach I think you could sum up a little bit with the center of table camera. So, the Studio E360. The intent there is to be an inside-out view. And so you can put this on the table. You can see everybody at eye level, face-to-face, but with the ability to intelligently switch to a front-of-room camera as people change their direction. So if I look to that big screen for the presentation, the center of table camera is not just looking at my ear. It sees my face from the front-of-room camera. And so that's just part of what we're building in. And the reason I said that's a great indicator of our direction is that technologies like Director AI and that best face forward, recognizing multiple points of view of the same person and automatically choosing it, It's that sort of intelligence that we want in the room to not just make the meeting more engaging and create those authentic human connections, like I said before, but also to reduce the load on the people in the room. They don't want to be there switching cameras.
Oh,
AI makes that automatic. And the other
yeah.
big benefit, I think, of the E360, because we keep our IT pros and the integrators and installers in mind in every aspect of the design, is that as that camera moves, and let's face it, when people come into rooms, they move things, they play with things, right? If somebody moved that 360 camera and it's, you know, positioned in a different way, AI fixes all of the things in a room that are unique to a conference room, like the screen at the front that shows faces moving and shows people. We don't want to capture those as new people in the meeting room. They're not, they're remote. So that camera is smart enough to remove them from the camera feed from the room. Even if somebody were to move that camera around, it doesn't have to stay static and pointed in a certain direction. So our AI and new capabilities benefit the end user, they're benefiting the installer, the IT pro, making the room easier, cheaper to maintain. You don't have to send somebody out to, you know, realign a camera. It just happens automatically. So that's, you know, to me, that kind of captures a lot of the essence of the types of investments we're making that you'll see appear in really all of our products going forward.
Yeah, and a lot of it, you know, we go back to what is the customer's expectation going to be and what's the customer's experience going to be. And a lot of that, it's more than just what the far end is going to see on the video. Is how do I go into the room and make it work easily? You know, even when you add that new camera, we talked about angst, that's going to be a new thing where people are going to be like, what's this thing do? Right? If they can just hit the button to start their call and our AI takes care of making sure that they're the person that's seen or the people in the room are seen and everyone has equity, a lot of that goes down. And it takes time for them to get used to new objects in the room. You know, I think you brought up installers as well, and that's a big thing for me. In my process, I always like to start in support and work my way up to product to see what we should be doing. Coming from the install field, E60, E70, E360, these are all IP-based PoE category cable devices. You know, we're not having to worry about having power in the back of the room anymore to plug a camera in. You know, these are basic things that help our partners. It helps our integrators. It helps them get a solution out. And, you know, if you look at what Microsoft is trying to do, right, it's lower the time to install. Mm-hmm. The installation needs to be lower. We need to have a better customer experience. We need to have a better user experience. And part of that is the install experience, you know, and we brought a lot of that into the G9. That was the first device we came out with and said, here's an IP connected panel to an MTR, plug it in, it automatically pairs, the system's out of the box. You know, you can set one of those up in 20 minutes and have it up and running. I think we're an installer-focused company, you know, an experience-focused company as well. And
don't forget about reliability. Every component you can take out of a room improves your reliability because every component in that room is a potential point of failure. So if you can just remove that power brick from every camera and rely on PoE, you've reduced the number of overall components and improved reliability. So.
And everyone's favorite, the USB extender, like the USB extenders that move all over the place, right? We remove those things and it's category cable. It's easier to pull through conduit than a great big long USB cable is.
Exactly.
You know, and HP Poly, you know, we've talked a lot about video. HP as a whole is a massive Microsoft partner, whether it's with our laptops, it's with our VDI, our O365 cloud integrations. And in the Poly side, we are video, we are phones and audio, we are headsets. We cover a large breadth of Microsoft solutions. Back when we were just Poly, we could say like we had a lot of certified Microsoft solutions. And as HP, we can say we are a much larger partner and we have more opportunities for our customers underneath the same umbrella.
Yeah, totally. Terrific partnership. Just the ability to share ideas and innovate together. I think we share that mutual goal. I mean, as much as I love those words, authentic human connection, I really feel like it's a shared objective. We have so much in our DNA and our priorities that are so closely aligned with Teams and Microsoft that, yeah, it's a terrific partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is about the time we have for our session, which kind of wraps it up. So we want to thank everybody for joining us today and listening. If you have any questions for us, please reach out. You can see us at hp.com. Thank you.
Thank you.